A local author is using past experiences to inspire children and young adults. Aaron Kinzer joined us recently to talk about his new book, All You Can Be, as well as the meaningful impact he's making with children and young adults. Aaron, it's great to see you.
Good morning. Good to be here.
It's good to finally see you because, we were emailing each other and we're finally able to connect. So that's great. Yeah. Okay, so before we get into your interesting story, you're not originally from here. You're from West Virginia?
Originally, yes. Originally West Virginia, born and raised, and then end up in the Virginia, Tennessee, Appalachia, Blue Ridge, Smoky Mountain area. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's kind of the root of it.
Yeah. And you're here. What brought you here to Augusta?
Well, it's a very interesting story. I made some tough decisions, some bad decisions in my 20s, and was in the streets, was in the illegal narcotics industry for a while. Yeah. as a young 20-year-old and throughout my 20s, and I got in trouble. The federal government came to see me, and I ended up going away for a long time to the federal prison. Mm-hmm. So Augusta became my release address because this is where my family was living at the time and my good support system. So this is where I chose to start my life over at.
Yeah, and some people call it an extended vacation.
Very extended.
Yeah, very extended.
A very long one, yes.
Yeah, but while you were in prison, you were able to find your voice.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was definitely able to find my voice, passion, purpose, and be able to channel the conversations that I couldn't have with my children, yeah, and the conversations that I couldn't have with the youth to warn them about the life that I used to lead and the life that they were probably on the way to lead in some cases. Yeah. So I started to write those stories and write those warnings and write those motivations to those children through books.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of books, you got 2 books here. So did you write these books while you were in prison as well?
Yeah, I did. I wrote. And I wrote a lot while I was incarcerated, and these are my first 2 publications since I've been released, Outside the Margin of Error, a prisoner's poem collection, and All You Can Be, a kids empowerment book, were written during a very challenging time, say like forged in fire, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it kind of therapeutic for you to be able to put your words to paper?
Absolutely, absolutely. It was necessary for me to be able to get my thoughts out that way and be able to channel my emotions and my frustrations and my angers and my fears. My poetry collection is a collection of pain, loss, love, and tragedy and triumph, all in one. Fatherhood and being a son away from my mother. So to be able to channel my thoughts creatively like that was very therapeutic. And the children's book is me speaking to my children. It's me giving them the inspiration that I wasn't permitted to give them because of my bad decisions.
Yeah. And you're able to take this book and read it to some of the kids at the local library here. So how is that?
Man, that's it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. I just went this past earlier this month to the library downtown in Augusta, and I was able to read the book to a story time. And the children were in a circle, and I'm reading the book and I'm reading my pages, and it was an amazing thing because where I wrote the book at, inside a federal prison, inside of a cell, in that dark place in my world. And to bring those words from inside of a prison wall to now inside of a library and to read them to the children and see their eyes light up was nothing short of amazing for me. And one young fella had got the book at the Juneteenth festival last week, and he was reading the book and walking with it with his mother and almost bumping into people and almost tripping because he was reading it while they were walking, and it was great to hear. Yeah. She said that he couldn't put it down, and I was really happy about that. It made me feel really good.
That's a good thing. Kind of give me a preview of the story that's in the book.
Well, All You Can Be is a kids empowerment book. It's not really a narrative story. It's really just giving children the opportunity to see themselves in different vocations. So the children can't be what they can't see. Right. So they don't see themselves in a positive light, and they don't see themselves doing things other than the extremes, whether it be the extreme good, as in the pro athlete, the pro singer, dancer, rapper, so forth and so on, to the extreme negative, which means the life I used to lead, and the world I came from and what landed me in the area where I even wrote the book at. If they don't see themselves in that in between, sometimes the normal, a scuba diver, an astronaut, right, a reporter, so to speak, so children aren't being encouraged and they're not seeing themselves in that light. So this book is an opportunity for them to see themselves doing remarkable, regular things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking about showing folks what they can be, you're on the Manhood Tour.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I'm a facilitator with the Manhood Tour. We are a support and sometimes mentor group for young men and boys at risk, justice involved. And we've partnered with Richmond County Augusta State Court. And it's been a great thing for me personally, to go back into the courtroom and work with the courts, work hand in hand with judges, being a defendant at one time, in cuffs, in shackles, and now I'm partnered with the courts to help people avoid cuffs and shackles. And it's really a great, fulfilling thing, and it came full circle for me to be there to assist those people. And again, it's another situation, like the children and like the people in court that we're working with, they do not know how good it feels for me personally to be there on that side of the coin now and to be able to give back and help. And it's really just a great thing for me.
And I would love to know those conversations between your children and your family when you were incarcerated.
You know, it was really uplifting. You know, I was a really ambitious person, you know, and just calling home and just talking about this idea and this new book I wrote and this new story I wrote and this new plan I got. And, you know, everybody, you know, when you're inside, people just want you to just get home.
Right.
So it was always, I'm just excited. And everyone's like, man, yeah, it's cool, that's cool. Just come on home, man. Just do your time. I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm doing the time. I have no choice for that. But I was just excited. So the family was really supportive and encouraging and always seeking to make sure that my mental state was up to par, you know, and I appreciate that. You know, I definitely, because some folks don't get that. Too many people inside languish for years and years without a support system, and I was able to have that. I was able to have people to facilitate conversations with my children and keep that conduit open so that I could continue to be a voice in their ear as their father. And that was critically important to me in our relationship now.
So you're home now, so what's next for you? You got all this going on, but what's next?
Oh man, more books, right? Several more children's books to publish, several more collections of poetry. You know, working on a fitness program for children called Kid Fit. You know, that's important to me. I'm a personal trainer also. So I definitely look to channel motivation, inspiration through positive and positivity and good self-esteem and helping the children look at themselves in a positive light physically, right? Because it's important as well as mentally. So, you know, we just got some things on the horizon, the Manhood Tour. We are definitely making our rounds around the city and hoping to be an influence and create a positive male presence and a positive male example of a good male role model in the city. So we got several fronts. The books are an extension of me, and I am an extension of the Manhood Tour, and all encompassing. We are working together, me and my fellas, me and my guys on the tour, really looking to make a positive change. Okay.
If folks want to get the book or find you on social media, how can they do that?
You can find me on Instagram at Aaron Kinzer1, Facebook Aaron Kinzer. The books are available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. You know, so feel free to just go to either one of those sites, type in my name, and you'll definitely pull the books up, and they'll show up, and they are for sale. You can buy one right now.
Okay, sounds good to me. Anything else you'd like to add before I let you go?
Please continue to encourage our children. Continue to be a light for them. They need positive male role models, positive female role models. Our children need us. They are not throwaways, you know, whether it be foster care, whether it be at risk, justice involved. The children need to understand that they can be more than what they see. They can be great and they can be awesome and they can be just a regular, good individual. And it's up to us as the leadership in our community to show them that.
All right, sounds good to me. Aaron, thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No problem. And we'll be right back.